On this all-new episode of Nightlife, we take you behind the scenes of the production used to debut the Winter Classic jerseys.
No, it's never going to happen again.
And break out your trusty protractor. We hit the ice at CNA to break down angles.
If you can take that angle, force them up this wall, everyone kind of closes in on them, and then they don't have much options other than chip it in or dump it in, and you're going back for a cleaner breakout.
Plus, we sit down with Gary Lawless and Gordon Wiegers to discuss their book, It Hurts to Win.
Bruce talks a lot about what he thought he needed to do, how to push this team and get the most out of them. This was Bobby Fischer stuff in terms of the chess moves he made. He was brilliant, and a number of players say, without Bruce, we don't win.
All of that and more, right now on Nightlife. Welcome into this all-new episode of Nightlife. With the Winter Classic less than 2 months away, the time finally came to debut the VGK Winter Classic threads. The team dropped the Golden Knights unis on Wednesday with a little old-time Western flair. We got a chance to check out the production of the drop from behind the curtain.
What a setting out here. It's pretty impressive to get that Western theme, the old school Vegas 1913 is a, you might know, but pretty cool way to unveil an awesome new jersey here for the Golden Knights.
It's good. It's the Old West. I haven't been shot, haven't been beat up. I got roped once by Shane. Yeah. I'm still here. That little roper in there.
But when it comes to being a true cowboy, those guys they're the real deal. We're just dressing the part.
True Old West with...
What's the secret? How'd you pull that beard off?
Just for men. Just for men.
You could grow one. You just need a little more time.
Just need
like,
time,
you know, half a year.
Yeah, maybe 9 months.
Yeah, I can't lie. I love dressing up in the old school. I love westerns. I love a lot. Whether it's a movie, show, I've seen them all, and it's a great way to dress up and play a role here for the camera.
Time frame that we're kind of basing the jersey off of was 1913. And this saloon was opened in 1913, so really fit the vibe of the jersey and the look that we're going for.
Shoot's going very, very well. Darren Millard is a goofball, and we're having a blast. Drinking apple juice, having a good time.
All those drinks you guys were taking were apple juice, right?
Why?
I'll pour Mallard something.
That's what they do in movies, right? They use the apple juice. A lot of apple juice, but that apple juice consumption buzzing a little bit. I don't need coffee at all. A lot of apple juice. It was apple juice for everybody, except for Elliot. He brought his own flask. The best cowboy money right here. You want to compare beers?
It's pretty good. Fun.
And seeing every little detail behind it has been so cool.
We can be bad actors for sure.
Small detail.
I think I'm doing better than.
I'm doing fine.
Great, exactly what we were hoping to get.
The plane dress up's fun. This is neat. Cowboy boots and buckles, and the handlers of the horses have spurs on. They actually do jingle and jangle.
The sheriff. Funny thing is, this isn't the first badge, so for whatever reason I had that nickname when I played.
It's probably from the dollar store.
Hey, I'll play any part they ask me to. I'll do a slow one, just hold.
Yeah.
And then Shane Cavery, you're kind of like, whoa, now that he's going all in.
It was an easy kind of adjustment.
Time's the saloon open.
Needs more Mallard.
You already had 10 apple juices.
I had a lot of apple juice this morning.
You're like, fantastic.
Oh, well, I don't know about the models they chose, some of us, but it's been a great shoot.
And then we're having Zach Whitecloud come in and really take this to the next level.
Is that your own app?
Yeah.
Nice.
You?
No.
Oh.
I know. I want to get one.
Like Wild West mean a little bit, if that makes sense. trying to create something that felt like it fit with other Winter Classic jerseys, but also was very Vegas, had that classic element to it. The guy's kind of flanking you.
Or am I
with
looking
like
at the camera, or am I looking like
kind of like off camera a little bit. Yeah, if we can get the horse's head to the right a little. See what we can do. Yeah, it's looking good, huh?
That's cool.
I think we're good.
It's been a good day, Jonesy.
Now that you've seen the craziness that was the production shoot, you probably want to see how the final product turned out, right? Well, you're in luck. Time for our first break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we sit down with Gary Lawless and Gordon Wiegers to relive some special moments from the Stanley Cup run.
Jonathan Marchessault and Phil Kessel were trying to fire each other up before the game, and they were in each other's faces trying to hype each other up, and they both had the same idea at the same time and both went to go throw a fake headbutt, and 2 + 2 equals Jonathan needed stitches.
Keep it locked, right here on Scripps Sports. Welcome back to Nightlife.
Your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Stuffing. Stuffing. Sure, stuffing. Hey.
Do you like it dry or moist?
I like it dry. Moist. We'll go moist. I like it moist.
I'm a big believer if you're going to go into the holidays, it's that's your cheat meal, and try and get all the stuff that you can and all the stuff that you don't usually get to eat on a normal schedule.
Least favorite?
Apple pie. Cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce. Yes.
I like it all, you know. It's all good.
Why are you thankful for William Karlsson this year?
Great leader and a great centerman. Thank you.
The arrival of Thanksgiving each year also means Gold Friday is around the corner. Need any gifts for that special Golden Knights fan in your life? Well, how about a stunning book detailing the run to the Stanley Cup Championship? We sat down with authors Gary Lawless and Gordon Wiegers to discuss their book, It Hurts to Win.
Guys, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into It Hurts to Win. Hopefully not too much blood. But a lot of people have a goal. I want to write a book someday. How does that actually come to fruition, Gary?
Middle of the Stanley Cup final, we got a phone call, and they were like, do you guys think you could write a book? And I was like, sure, yeah, of course we could do it. And but then they're like, well, we need it done by August 1st. And the series wasn't over. And it was already the middle of June. I'm like, okay. We didn't really have time to think about it. All right, I instinctively said yes.
The opportunity to look back at everything was something that I really enjoyed. You know, remembering little moments, you know, looking through my notes and my calendars of like, oh yeah, like, you know, back in November, this, you know, random thing happened. It might make a good story, and those were the things that I started looking to first. And, you know, what are those little nuggets that, you know, everyone's going to write about, you know, Game 5 of the final, and of course we've got, you know, great stuff in there from that. But you know, what are the little things that happen on an off day in January and things like that? So that was where my mind went first.
Were you impressed or surprised in any way by how open the subjects of the interviews were?
Well, I learned something that When a team loses and doesn't win the last game of the season and they don't have a parade and get rings, and there's all kinds of things that they just won't talk about. When you win, there are no secrets. It's like, because everything they did resulted in a championship. So even the mistakes, it's okay to talk about them. Bruce talks a lot about what he thought he needed to do, how to push this team and get the most out of them. Jack Eichel was very open about disagreeing with Bruce on certain things and finding some peace in that, and then saying, look what he did for me. And then they had a big impact on Bruce on how he coached. By the end of the day, like, Bruce took his hands off a lot of things, and I think that in turn freed him up to make some of the adjustments that he made in game and in between games. Like, this was Bobby Fischer stuff in terms of the chess moves he made. He was brilliant, and a number of players say, without Bruce, we don't win.
Gordon, you made the comment that it was cool to look back on the calendar and remember what happened on an off day in November.
Yeah.
What are the kind of stories you felt it was important to share?
There's a great story in there about the time that Jonathan Marchessault was late to warm-ups in Ottawa. Well, it was because he was, him and Phil Kessel were trying to fire each other up before the game, and they were, just in each other's faces trying to hype each other up, and they both had the same idea at the same time and both went to go throw a fake headbutt, and 2 + 2 = Jonathan needed stitches. But things like that, pulling back the curtain as much as we can, flipping through photos and bringing back memories. Those are the things that the book continues to bring. It's not a one and done read.
The book signing at the game, what did it mean to see that number of fans, to see the reception the book received after all of the work you put in all summer?
Yeah, that was really special. The book had only been out, a week or two, right, when we did this book signing. So the reception to the book's been phenomenal, and everything we heard that night was really special. People thanking us for our work, and their thanks goes to everybody who had a part in this, because it certainly wasn't just Gary and I.
Gary, what is the takeaway people will get from this book?
Hopefully it adds to their memories, and it's something to go back and brings them back to their memories, because it's the greatest season in professional sports in Las Vegas, and really cool.
Time for another break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we hit the ice at CNA to break down attacking the puck along the boards.
You're trying to shrink the ice into an area where you can close quicker defensively.
And you're not trying to throw a big hit here or anything, you're just trying to...
No, well, if he continues to carry it, I will. How about you carry it, and we'll see if I finish my hit.
I'd like to see that.
Stay with us, right here on Nightlife. Welcome back to Nightlife. The Golden Knights have always been a dangerous transition team. A huge part of that is the team's ability to win the puck along the boards and in the dirty areas. The breakdown squad hit the ice to talk about taking the right angles to pucks.
A couple of brilliant defensemen. Insert your joke here. We're going to talk math right now with angling. There's two sides of this. One is on the forecheck, when you're trying to force the opposition and get the puck back, and the other one was more of a defending point of view in the neutral zone. Let's talk about when you're on the puck. It's more than just speed.
Well, it is. It's about how you present yourself, taking away your stick position, your body, and your speed. You want to angle so you don't get beat up the ice, or that you get beat to the inside. On the forecheck, on an angle, you're trying to guide that opposition player to move the puck a certain way. You're trying to take away options that move into a place where you guys can defend as a team. As a defenseman, the angle and the back pressure allows a defenseman to stay up, so it's so important to the D-man.
Yeah, and in the neutral zone, you want to create that angle so everyone else can read off you. It's a little easier for everyone if they're on the same page. Angle a certain way, everyone can close over, take away different lanes, like you said. And on the back pressure, it's another big part of the angling is communication. The forward's coming back, pressuring the guy, he can get to him. Most coaches say by the red or the blue. You let the forward take off, the D-man can back away, and vice versa. If the forward can't quite get there, the D-man closes the gap and the forward takes the puck behind them if there's a good angle.
Because you're trying to funnel them into a tighter spot to limit their options.
Yeah, you're looking to take away the D to T in the neutral zone so they can't go back and forth, and by time, that's when you start to break down, guys get out of position. If you can take that angle, force them up this wall, everyone kind of closes in on them, and then they don't have much options other than chip it in or dump it in, and you're back, your far D-man's back a little bit further, he can go get the puck and have cleaner breakouts.
And all those areas, before you defend in your own end, you're trying to create a turnover, and a good angle, a good gap from a defenseman allows transition, right? Then you turn around quickly from the defensive posture to trying to go offensive. So that's where angling is kind of the first part of that helps, you know, that defensive aspect to turn over the puck. Mark Stone's maybe one of the best at almost baiting guys. Like where he has body position and stick, and then he'll switch to why he leads the league in takeaways. He's so smart in that ability.
In neutral ice, if you're forcing the opposition to dump it in, are you doing your job? Is that a success?
If you can cause a turnover, a dump, or an offside, I think your neutral zone forecheck is done. Or icing. You know, obviously they're going to get the blue line or the red line, dump it in, and they're going to get it back but then you don't have the right angles. So if you have the right angles, you chip it in, you're going back for a cleaner breakout. And you hear it from Bruce and the whole organization that, you know, if breakouts are going well, they're moving their feet and they're right out of their zone back on the offense.
Let's do it.
So this is the neutral zone. I'm the first forechecker on this neutral zone regroup, and I want to try and take away that pass, D to D, and force it up that way where we have more coverage. So it's, talk about angling, it's not going right at the guy. I'm coming on an angle and I'm trying to take away this pass. Now accelerate and try and force this D-man into an area where he's got to move the puck. So it's more predictable where he's moving. Sometimes it may go back, and then you regroup and you angle the other way. But that angle is to try and, as we said, make it predictable what they're going to do so you can attack defensively and close quicker.
Why not go right at them?
Because they're too good.
No, just pass to my D partner.
You just pass to his D partner right away.
That's how you break it down.
And then I've brought myself completely out of the play if you attack right at him. So all of a sudden it's wide when you're trying to shrink the ice into an area where you can close quicker defensively.
And you're not trying to throw a big hit here or anything, you're just trying to...
No, well, if he continues to carry it, I will. How about you carry it and we'll see if I finish my hit. You hear about time and space, you hear about good gaps from a defenseman. A lot of that comes if Derek's back. I'm gonna angle now as Darren moves up the boards. We're gonna try and close him off before the red line or by the red line. And again, it's not on an angle, you don't wanna come too deep and get behind. I want to come on an angle where I'm going to try and close them off somewhere in there, using my body and my stick, allowing my defenseman to have a good gap. If I can close on the wall, that allows then my defenseman to be in close proximity to get the loose puck and allow transition. And it also shows him he'll stay between the dots, taking away the middle of the ice. I'm going to try and take there. If I can't get to him, which we won't do that because I will get to Darren, then that would signal that we would switch. I would cover the middle ice, he would go to the wall.
So you don't want me to be able to get to the middle?
That's the thing. So when this angle comes, that's why you don't go directly at him. He can pull back and have another play. I want to come on an angle where I force you to start moving up the wall and then attack.
If he goes straight at you and you cut to the middle, that's where you break down the D, because you're entering the middle, you can kick it out either way.
I should have somebody else explain it. He's right over there.
There's one.
So pretty good. We're working on your angling right now.
Is it more authentic if you have a coach sitting there?
It would be more authentic if you explained it. How many times did Claude Julien do angling drills in Boston that you carried over and did?
Boston angle, that's what we call it, out of center right. So that's a close drill.
Did it about 5 times a week.
Oh, well, we do it in training camp to build it in. It's a good drill.
I saw you doing it at camp. I'm like, oh, he's got Claude's drill.
Turn it into a 2-on-2 after that. Boston angle, that's a close drill, for sure.
That's awesome.
It's authentic. All right, we got to try and demonstrate this. As I was saying, the angle, I don't want him to cut back. I want to force him up the wall. So I'm going to come on a curve. I'm going to try and force, stick position. And now this is where you attack, right in here. Try and create that turnover. And then now you're off to the races.
Time for our last break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, with Formula One in town, we thought we'd ask some of the VGK who the best and worst drivers would be.
The worst driver? Maybe Howds. I don't know. I'd say Paul Cotter. You know, when I don't know, I just say Marshy.
Keep it locked, right here on Nightlife. Welcome back to Nightlife. Now, be honest, while you were watching F1, did you think to yourself, I could do that? Well, we asked some of your favorite Golden Knights if they thought their teammates could pull off being an F1 driver, and their answers did not disappoint.
Who would you say would be the worst driver on the team?
The worst driver? Maybe Howds. I don't know. I'd say Paul Cotter. You know, when I don't know, I just say Marshy. Howds seems like he worries a lot, so he'd be worried about going too fast or worried about not making the turn, or maybe he'd probably signal on the track. Howds, he's that kind of guy.
I mean, probably Marchie would be my guess. I don't know, he gets speeding tickets a lot.
Maybe he's short, he's got a long waist to the pedals, I don't know.
Worst driver? I'm gonna go Paul Cotter. Probably checked his phone while he was going down, so that probably wouldn't turn too well.
How would it go so well?
I don't know if there's phones allowed in F1 cars.
What about the best? Who would win?
I'd definitely be the best.
Why?
No questions, because I'm a great driver. I was very good at go-karting, and so I'd be the best.
I'd say Petro, just a nice driver, calm, nice dad. I think he'd be a really great driver.
Maybe Barbie, kind of has that Verstappen luck.
LT seems to have all the sports cars lately, so I don't know if he's a good driver, but hopefully he knows how to drive those sports cars.
I guess maybe Barbashev, I'd maybe at a left field there. I think he just would be pretty reckless, and I think he'd do whatever it would take to win.
That's all the time we have this week on Nightlife. Make sure to tune in next week for a special episode about inspiration. Until then, VGK faithful, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.